Hey, welcome to Pure Florida. It's a rainy day because we have a tropical storm out in the Gulf of Mexico. The rain bands from Tropical Storm Cristobal are reaching Florida now. They've been reaching us for a couple of hours, and we're getting wet intermittently. And so what I've done today is in between these rain bands earlier, I walked around and I filmed some of the plants in the yard, in other words, around the house, and then I went out to the garden. The garden is a work in progress and a brand new one, really. Only a small section of it had been gardened for any amount of time in most recent years. I did put up deer fence. I completed that recently, and now I have about a 50 by 56 foot rectangle that is armored against deer invasion. And so now I can get serious about that garden, and so the process has started. So yeah, you'll see some weeds in my seed beds, but I'm going to get there. It's not a professional market garden, but we are breaking ground and we are actually growing things for a change, things to eat. And so enjoy the video. It's a real hodgepodge of stuff, but it's a rainy day and it might be something to do. There will be tree frog sounds and rain in the voiceovers, but it's Florida, so. This was completely white when we got it, this bird bath. My wife took it upon herself to paint it, and she did a great job. The tray in the foreground has cosmos, bright lights. The rain you hear is from Tropical Storm Cristobal out in the Gulf. This tray has purple tomatillas and a couple of dills. The aquatic plant in the foreground is spatterdock, one of our natives. This young tree is a red mangrove. It's about 6 years old. I started it from a propagule, which is basically a mangrove seed. It's happy in fresh water, and it is putting out some amazing new crop roots. I just love grazing my blueberry patch. It's the best way to eat them. This kumquat tree, Miwa, the round kumquat, was a cloud of blossoms about a week ago. Tiny fruits now. This dragon fruit from Walmart has grown like crazy, and because pieces of it have broken off, I was able to pot them, and I now have many plants from one. This is a fly-through of my datil pepper plantation. There's about 46 potted datil pepper plants, plus some holdovers from last year. The holdovers are out on the perimeter of this cluster. They're not as deep green as these because they need a jolt of miracle grow. These plants are growing great. They've loaded with blossoms. They've got young peppers on them. The holdover plants have some fully ripe peppers. This is lantana. It's a little cluster of flowers to help my pollinators. There's lantana, coreopsis. There is fleabane and shrimp plant, all in this corner. I am totally stoked about these. These are my finger limes. I found a couple of plants at Home Depot in Gainesville, Florida. And then on a trip home to St. Augustine, I found another one at the Home Depot there. They were scraggly and small, and I treated them like the special things they are, and they have responded and made fruit for me, and I've just got my fingers crossed. Fence is done. My gates, my deer fence gates, are 99.8% done. This is triple crown white corn. These are tomato starts that my wife picked up at Lowe's. They were pretty leggy. I trimmed them and buried them deep, and I'm hoping for the best. These are Kentucky Wonder green beans. I planted them because I love them, but especially because my father loved them. These are National Pickler cucumbers, and I need to weed that bed.